What's an industry secret in the field you work in? They lie to their customers about saving their credit card information because we aren't supposed to. We also save their social addresses and 5 of their most recent phone numbers and bank account numbers. The life of a student loan servicer. I used to work in jewelry. Most of the prettiest gemstones are also very affordable. Tanzanite is a beautiful purple and looks nicer than amethyst. Topaz comes in lots of colors, including a pretty blue color which can be as nice as aquamarine. Opals aren't as brightly rainbow-hued as they look in pictures. You'd be surprised how willingly someone will do their job and even go above and beyond if you just compliment them for their professionalism, politeness and how they are helping them. All I'm saying is there is a reason no one who works in the RV industry owns an RV. Just some clarification. I work in Elkhart, Indiana, which is the RV capital of the world, as other people have quality as shit on all the major companies. The big ones being Thor, Forest River, and Grand Design. These 3 companies own probably 90% of all RV companies, so check who owns what you are buying. There are some mom and pop shops that do put out good products, but those are pretty few and far between. Former aircraft fueler. Don't check your pets in kennels, especially in summer or winter. They are submitted to some very harsh environments. Left on belt loaders in the sweltering heat right next to a running apu that's loud enough to deafen human ears, let alone a dog's. It's terrible. I always feel so sorry for them. American Airlines will destroy your luggage. They get overloaded on carts, fall off on the way to the plane, and are left there to get run over by tankers and yes, fuelers, and rained on, then dragged to the edge of the ramp to sit all night while you arrive at your destination and wonder where the hell your bags are. If your departure is delayed, 90% of the time it's us the fueler. Look out the window to the right side if it's a small plane, left side if it's a really big plane. If there's a truck sitting under the wing, we're the reason you're late. Sorry. Former Bath and Body Works associate here. The scents they discontinue will come back with a different name and new marketing. They're just recycling the scents. At Goodwill, we don't clean anything that we sell, and we get some really gross stuff that touches everything else, so next time you buy something from Goodwill, wash it well. At Goodwill 50% of what you donate ends up in the trash. BC we don't have the space for it or we just deem it too ugly. The industry-leading software is about at least 10 years old at its core. Weight loss industry. This might be obvious, but most of our business comes from return clients after they've gained their weight back and then some. To be clear, the plan isn't rigged to make you gain it back, but the fact that it happens easily as a result of dieting keeps us in business. This is why weight loss is so hard. Gotta change your lifestyle permanently, not just for a few months. If you're someone who purchases bulk nuts, grains, etc., just know that those bins are probably rarely cleaned, and even when they are cleaned, odds are they were just rinsed out, wiped down to look clean. I used to be a bulk buyer at Whole Foods Market, and when I took over, our bulk department had no cleaning logs or sanitizing procedure. The bins had moths, insect colonies and mold in them. Our store was opened nearly 5 years prior. There is way more butter than you think in almost every dish you eat at fancy restaurants, and that is usually the reason you won't see the amount of calories in each dish. Source: 5 years as a chef in Italian cuisine, head chef, 8 years in an Italian kitchen. As a software engineer, double your delivery date for a product in anticipation of an overeager project manager trying to get promoted. Almost every hairstylist gets the heebie-jeebies when we shampoo your hair and you just stare up at us. Close your damn eyes at the shampoo bowl. I'm an attorney. The secret is shut the f up. Nobody uses bots to inflate metrics more than the most major players in the entertainment industry. All the numbers are fake, including sales. It costs about $200,000 to put your own book on the top of the New York Times bestseller list. All you have to do is buy a lot of copies yourself, and if that bestseller status helps you sell more books, you can make that $200,000 back by selling the big stock of books you've collected. Worked at a department store photography studio owned by a major photography company that you can imagine probably took your school yearbook photos. The company also is partnered with a popular online photo order website. Notice how quickly we write down a price, strike it out, and write a new price as the deal. Yeah, that's pretty much just the price that everyone gets. We aren't doing the math that fast. We have it memorized because almost everyone that comes in has that 40% off coupon. Don't come in without a coupon. There is always a coupon on the website. If you end up paying for sitting fees, it's because you just didn't go on our website. Honestly, don't buy our photos. If you just do the session and say that you'll buy them online later on said partnered photo order site, it'll be cheaper than if you buy them in store that day. Yes. Even when we say oh but you won't get this deal online. If you do buy in studio that day, just buy the digital CD of your photos. You get to keep all of them instead of having to pick your favorite 3 to 4 pictures. Oh, and again, it is way cheaper to take that CD to a photo kiosk and have them printed yourself. Please don't spend $400 on a couple photos that you can't legally copy when you could have gotten an $80 CD of all the photos and have the copyright to them. Some therapists' counselors are on the wrong side of the couch, so to speak. If you feel your mental health provider is unhinged, they may very well be. The cheapest bottle of wine in the restaurant has the biggest markup. If in doubt, lubricate. I'm a machinist. I design slot machines for casinos. Don't play slots. Used to screen resumes for small companies. Job requirements are more of a wish list situation. Never let some unchecked boxes deter you from applying. You have no idea what the applicant pool is like. The biggest boon, especially at small companies, is someone who legitimately cares. Literally got a job last week that I was unqualified for. I said, F it. I'm running out of places to apply. Let's give it a shot. Couple days later they replied, set up an interview, and I somehow have a job tomorrow morning during a pandemic. Just go for it. Can't hurt you. Construction boy here. If your windows or sliding doors are tough to open and close, 9 times out of 10, we put your own dish soap on tracks and the thing works perfectly. It takes 5 minutes and we charge $150. Dish soap people, it's better than WD-40 sometimes. Literally not 5 minutes ago I was closing the slider in my bedroom thinking, it's time I finally look up solutions to make this thing glide easier. So I hopped on the internet, naturally got distracted by Reddit first, and now here we are, so serendipitous. Not an industry I work in per se, but I used to be in a sales role. One of my customers was a milk bottling plant. I was somewhat surprised that they were putting the exact same milk in both organic and non-organic cartons. Turns out all of their milk is organic, but in order to not miss out on the sales of non-organic milk, they just bottle them differently and sell them at different prices. Every client thinks architects are unnecessary and they can draw the plans themselves, but they are just too busy. I cannot wait for the day when I can afford to pay an architect to design a home for me. So many of my family members in the old country just designed their homes however the hell they wanted, and it's obvious that there was no professional there to say, maybe you shouldn't have a continuously heated pool be the central hub of your home because that'll lead to mold in everything. Or maybe putting marble tiles on your steep driveway is a bad idea because when it rains your car would literally slide into your front door. WTF. On the flip side, I have this perception that architects are really expensive to hire. Everything at the Container Store exists and is cheaper at Lowe's. Amusement park ride operator here. If your kid is crying and you want us to stop the ride, even if we want to, it's not gonna stop immediately. The carousel will spin a few more circles or the ship will swing a few more times before stopping. The only exceptions is the emergency stop, which will absolutely f up the ride for a while if we press it. Hence we only use it in actual life-threatening situations. The best thing you can do is try to get your kid to calm down as the ride comes to a stop, and no, yelling stop the ride at us does not make it stop any faster.